Have you ever said something in the heat of the moment that you later regretted? I've been there. Or maybe you've been in a situation where you could feel the energy shift in the room. You weren't sure what to do in the moment or how to respond, but that you knew that if you did, probably wouldn't be the best. That's constantly changing around you. I'm gonna break down self-awareness, understanding your emotions before they control you. I'm gonna talk to you more about self-management, so how to actually control your reactions under pressure in moments when you feel triggered. And I'm also gonna break down social awareness. So how to read the room, how to lead with empathy, and how to make sure that others are responding to you in a way that's cohesive for both parties. So let's dive in. Again, my name is Nada Lena Nasserdeen. Welcome to Rise Up For You TV. Let's talk about emotional intelligence, your superpower that you can master today. Point number one, self-awareness. Understand yourself before you react. Oftentimes when we have behaviors, we're not really sure why we're behaving a certain way because we don't have the self-awareness around the belief that's coming up or the feeling. So let's start with self-awareness because you can't control what you do not understand. Now, did you know that most people spend about 40% of their day on autopilot? I know it, right? 40% of their day on autopilot, reacting instead of responding. There's so much consumption on a day-to-day basis that we don't actually have the space and the capacity to respond. Instead, we react. This means that if you're not actively listening and tuning into your emotions, they're gonna control you more than you think. They're gonna drive your behaviors, and oftentimes they're gonna get you into trouble. So how do you build self-awareness? Well, step number one, just pause before you react. Just remember that in the heat of the moment, pause. When you feel a strong emotion, whether it's anger, frustration, fear, ask yourself, why am I triggered? Why am I pissed off right now? Why am I upset? Have a conversation with yourself. Step number two, journal your emotional patterns. So what are the situations that set you off? Because oftentimes it's a repetitive thing that sets us off, right? Maybe it's somebody's tone or the way they talk to you. What emotions do you experience most often in those situations? And my favorite step is get feedback from others. Step number three. Sometimes the way we think we show up is not accurate. This is what we call blind spots. So we want to ask trusted colleagues, advisors, and friends, how do I come across in high stress situations? This will help you understand how you're showing up and truly build self-awareness, which is what we want. So here's what I'd like you to do. Set a timer for 3 random times during the day. When it goes off, stop and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What triggered this emotion? Where am I feeling it? And how is this impacting my thoughts and my actions in this current moment and throughout the day? The more you become aware of your emotions, the less power they have over you. And the more you let your emotions run you, the more power they take from you. Step number two, self-management. I always say this is the difference between self-awareness, I know the ice cream is bad for me, self-management, I'm gonna eat it anyway, and then deal with the repercussions and the consequences. Self-management is about mastering your reactions under pressure. Now that you're more aware of your emotions, the next step is actually getting them under control. The ability to control your reactions even when emotions are running high. That's the key. Oftentimes we're running around, as we mentioned, we're typically on autopilot. Things are happening in the moment, and we want to know how to control things in the moment, in the heat of the grind, in the heat of the stress. How can we stay calm, collected, cool, but still clear? Now, why does this matter? Because studies shows that leaders who regulate their emotions have teams that are 56% more engaged and productive. Probably because they're not afraid to speak up, right? They're not afraid that the leader is going to pop off or do something that's aggressive. Think about it. Have you ever worked with a leader who exploded in frustration or shut down under stress? That probably stressed you out. How did that affect the team? The best leaders, the best negotiators, and the best high performers, they know how to master self-management. And they do this through 3 things. Number 1, it's just breath. Just take the time, do it with me, to breathe before reacting. A simple deep breath can lower stress hormones by up to 50% in under 1 minute. So think about this. Even if you take a breath for 1 minute, you take a 1-minute breath break, it's usually on your Apple Watch, this can help you. Number 2, reframe the situation. Instead of saying, this is a disaster, try, this is a challenge I can handle. This is what we call optimism, which is a part of self-management. And number 3, respond instead of reacting. So before responding in an emotional way, I want you to create some space between you and the situation and ask yourself, is this going to help me or is this going to hurt me? Is this going to help the situation or is this going to hurt the situation? So the next time you're frustrated, instead of firing off an email or snapping at someone, I've been there, I've done it, I feel you, I understand. But now we want to step away for 60 seconds, take a deep breath, name the emotion, and reframe your response. There is power in pause. There's power in breath. Because the difference between a good leader and a great leader is the ability to stay calm under pressure. And that's what we want because we are leading the way. Okay, step number 3. One of my favorites and also the most difficult. I would say most difficult for me and many leaders that we work with. It's responding with empathy and learning how to read the room. Now, you may or may not know that I used to be a performer. I used to tour the world internationally. So reading the room comes very naturally to me because I had to do that in Russia, Gibraltar, you name it, Spain, Japan. I had to understand my space. But empathy, that's a whole new ball game. So have you ever been in a meeting where someone completely misread the room? They didn't play the room right, they didn't play the energy right, or maybe they made a joke at the wrong time, they ignored obvious tension in conversations. This is because their social awareness was off and their ability to pick up emotional cues in others was not a skill that they understood. And so most people actually overlook this skill. And empathy is also a part of this equation. So studies actually show that leaders with high social awareness, they create teams that are 75% more collaborative. They teach their team how to work together, how to read the emotions of the other team members so that they can drive movement forward. So how do you develop social awareness? Let's break this down into 3 steps. Number 1, just pay attention to nonverbal cues. Pay attention to what people are doing. 80% of our communication is nonverbal. So watch for the changes in their tone, their body, their language, facial expressions. Keep an eye out for those things so that you can see if the tension changes or shifts. Number 2, listen more than you talk. Ask, how is this person feeling? Instead of just thinking about what you're going to say next. This is what we call active listening. And number 3, something that I am actively still working on is empathizing before responding. Before reacting, ask yourself, what might they be experiencing right now? And I can tell you that as a business owner, sometimes it's really hard for me because my brain goes to the impact, the drive, the numbers, we want to scale, and sometimes that can get in the way of creating empathy as a leader. So in your next conversation, here's what I'd like you to try. Focus only on the other person. Remove yourself from the equation. Watch their expressions, their tone, their posture. Before responding, I want you to reflect. What are they trying to communicate beyond their words? Because the more you understand others, the more influence and impact you will have. And if you haven't already, make sure you watch our video on influential communication because this ties right in alignment with social awareness with empathy. Again, my name is Nada Lena Nasserdeen. I'm the CEO and founder of Rise Up For You. Welcome to Rise Up For You TV. Let's just recap what we talked about today here with emotional intelligence. If you want to master EQ, that's the abbreviation, or EI, we want to develop our self-awareness so that we understand our emotions before they control us, before they take our power away. Number 2, we want to master self-management so that we can regulate our reactions and our behaviors, especially when it comes to being under pressure. And number 3, we want to increase our social awareness. We want to be able to read the room and respond with empathy. If you can master these 3 things, you will become one of the top performers in your industry, whether you're in the corporate space or an entrepreneur. Emotional intelligence is not just about feeling good. It's about leading better, connecting deeper, and creating more impact. If any part of this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and more importantly, share with other people. Share with your teammates, share with your leaders, share with your family and friends. And if you want to take that extra step, if you're anything like me and you want to create true transformation, click on the link below, the informative link. My team and I are happy to hop on a call with you and share how we've been able to transform organizations and leaders around the world through our emotional intelligence training and one-to-one leadership coaching. Thank you so much for joining today. And again, like, share, and subscribe for more powerful insights on leadership, influence, communication, and emotional intelligence. Until next time, stay self-aware, stay in control, and stay connected.